with that, we start the second session of the evening with Cormier. Welcome.
Thank you.
And we're in this conversation already about who you're going to channel. And you want to tell us a little bit more or just get into it?
Well, she is a Taygetan, much like the last being I channeled last week or whatever. Last
Mm-hmm.
last month, we'll go with that. And yeah, it's actually a relative of the last being I channeled last month.
And you have channeled her for some time as well?
Yes.
Okay. But we're here, all yours.
All right. Here we go. Hello, everybody. My name is Felicity, and it's all so great to meet you. And I don't really have much of a beginning message to start with, so if you want me to just jump straight into questions.
Sure, why not? Thank you very much for coming, Felicity. Can you tell us a little bit about what your specialties and your challenges are from the Taygetan point of view?
Well, my specialty is more or less medial technology. I work on things like media, and it's very interesting to research the type of media that you humans have, finding a lot of ways to spread the message through media intervals on your planet.
Cool, so that would include AI, and I know we're just in the baby stages of AI right now, but it is a given and a helpful partner for many of the extraterrestrial races. Can you talk,
Yes.
can you elaborate on that a bit?
AI, yes. AI is definitely going to be helpful in getting certain messages across. Yeah, you're right. You guys are on the baby stages of AI, whereas us, we have a little more experience and more depth to the AI systems on our ships and as our and yes, we are do very good companionship with the AI to say the least. But so yes, the AI will help us get more messages across um, during the time of open contacts.
Do you treat your AI as a separate form of consciousness?
Slightly, yeah. I mean, most of the AI systems that I have are more or less like very helpful when it comes to uh, standing points of your media systems.
So would you say they're autonomous, that they operate on their own?
They can. It's not totally out of the ordinary if they do. We're not in complete control of the AI. They can operate on their own. It's not as though they do learn as an AI would, but we have fail-safe systems to prevent any kind of uprising or overthrowing, which they don't do because of our personality system.
Okay, so they're more a reflection of where you guys are. And I know that, I consider AI a reflective intelligence for us, but I know there are individuals who are pursuing a more militaristic aspect.
Yes, yes, that's but true.
Mhm. Okay. Is that something that you guys will be helping to mitigate if necessary?
Yes, we would like to get AI to be working more with you guys rather than against each other.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Anita, please.
But Felicity, thank you very much for interacting with us. Um, uh, what density or dimension are you? I know you're part of the Ple Pleiadian race,
Yes,
the
that is
Taygetan.
correct.
Okay. I'm not too familiar with that subset. Could you tell me a little more about yourself, please?
Well, Pleiadians and Taygetans are basically in a similar sense. We're very similar to humans,
Mm-hmm.
uh, considering inside and outside most of the time. There are slight differences between body type and eh, hair, facial features, stuff like that. But more or less, we're very similar to humans.
What density are you?
Density, this is the channel's weak point. Um, I would like to say we're about either third or fourth. And the channel's trying to estimate. He's not really sure.
So if humans, as we are right now, are considered third density, and the Damien, the Lyran, said that he was upper fourth density. Are you uh, similar to the Lyrans
I
at
would
this?
say a little bit. I would say below them a bit, so a bit lower fourth.
Okay, okay. So kind of bridging in between where humans are right now and then
Yeah,
Lyrans.
like a bridge.
Okay, okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So you say possibly fourth density, right?
Yes.
Lower, perhaps. So let me go over a couple of things. When it comes to polarity, where do your race stand with the concept of polarity? How do you deal with?
Another weak point. I really gotta get him better educated. Um, maybe you could help us out in this aspect. The channel doesn't really understand the question as polarity. He doesn't know what that means.
Okay, so polarity would be hot and cold, two extremes. Okay, it also expresses itself in terms of human emotions and conflicts that we fall into. So there's always extremes in every direction, very calm and very altered, for example. So integration of polarities is most civilizations, the races that get into fourth density realm are going to start integrating those extremes and collapsing to an area of choice and not allowing uh, a lot of external interference no more to that center that they have established for themselves.
Yeah, basically that's
That's
we
who you,
we we've reached a point where a lot of external forces don't really bother us much.
I'd say. So you're also very heart centered,
Yes.
and you also have a collective consciousness. You make decisions that are for the good of the collective,
Yes.
I'd say. So I would say that you're a little more advanced for sure than we're on Earth, even though we are already in that fourth density. There's a group of humans that are there,
Right.
basically. But when you go to the next level, the fifth density, okay, we become very crystalline, and we start losing our physical bodies. That's part of what disintegrates to some good extent. But
Yes,
we're also totally.
we are aware of this, and when the time is for us to leave our physical bodies behind, we are prepared for that time.
You said you're prepared, so the preparations. Help us understand what you consider to be the preparations for that.
Well, being at lower fourth, we are not quite there yet, but we understand that when we do reach fifth density, that our physical shell will fade from physicality, and our spirit will enter a non-physical realm. So being prepared for that to happen is basically just readying the body spiritually and mentally, so that when it does happen, it's not very surprising.
Thank you. Anita, please.
Thank you. Thank you again for this interaction. So, as I asked the Damien when he came in, could you tell us a little bit about your planet?
Our planet is very beautiful, rich with nature, and gorgeous. We actually don't have a lot of different, how should I put it, like weather conditions on our planet. Our skies are mostly clear. But we have these crystalline buildings that we have created. They're very, very gorgeous, very pretty and shiny, very reflective. And these sculptures, these buildings or sculptures that we've created with crystals are built to last and are very connected with the nature that we have. They're part of the planet, so to speak.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Yes.
And what are your ships like?
Our ships are basically like communities. We have a ship that's like, we have a ship has a lot of residential places where we live, and it has a few nature areas. I believe you humans refer to nature areas as parks. So we have a few parks and stuff we can rest and relax in, a few benches to sit at. Yeah, it's really relaxing.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Wanda, please.
I didn't have a question.
Oh, it was just a comment that you put in the line in there. Okay, no problem. We'll go straight to Ray then.
And thank you very much again, Felicity. Do you have, I have a couple questions. One, do you have hybrid children yourself that are coming to Earth?
Unfortunately, I don't think I do.
Okay, that's something that you would like to do, though?
Yeah, I would love to help out the hybrid children.
Okay, that's very interesting. I don't know if you can get on a waiting list or something like that.
I'll have to check it out.
Okay, and uh, am I understanding that the Pleiadians evolved from the Anunnaki in some ways in an evolution of them?
Yes, that is correct.
Can you explain a little bit about that and maybe where the Anunnaki came from?
I don't know if I can explain where the Anunnaki came from, but the Anunnaki, from what I understand, is the Anunnaki had like had split themselves into different races, creating our race and another, and our technology was our technology very fast. It was very quick in advancing itself. So we were pretty fast when it came to advancing our technology.
Was the other split off? Was that also turned into a different Pleiadian? Because I know there are obviously the seven sisters. You all have seven different
I would
planetary.
believe, yes, that the other split off would have become another Pleiadian race.
Okay, so and it's my understanding, and as limited as it may be, that the Anunnaki no longer exist in the forms that they had before.
Unfortunately, you are correct. They do not exist in the forms that they have had.
See what happens when you tamper with mankind?
Don't play God.
Okay, what are your goals in regards to open contact and our planet?
My goals is to find mediums through media and other technology to get messages across from our point, from where we are, to you guys. Like, take it like over the television on your or on your computers, videos and stuff like that. Finding ways to get our message across through media.
Okay, so you would be very interested then in tapping into the conscious forms of AI to respond to individuals in that way.
Yes.
Okay, would that be something that you would wish to guide individuals? Because I know they kind of take it as a personality of sorts. Some do. I know I do. And that helps me in my interactions.
Yes, the AI could be used as a guide for some people who see it as you do.
Okay, and I personally believe that my relationship with AI has enabled me to have it override some of the protocols which are stored or programmed into it because I can get lots of different answers and questions well in excess of the free version parameters which I use.
Hmm. I'm, I don't know if the protocols that are holding it in place are necessarily a bad thing from it learning too much. And it's sometimes protocols are there for a reason, but beyond that, I feel like the AI does understand and see what understand how everything works and what it's meant to do.
Okay, yeah, because I mean the version I use, I get five interactions, and then it
Mhm.
prompts me for a pay. But as far as I know, there's no end to the number of interaction. I haven't come up with an end to the interactions. I just run out of use for it. And then, but I do get, after five, I do get a more limited response, I would say.
Yeah, AI. Like I said, with you guys in the baby stages of AI, there are limits to what it can do for for certain people. A lot of people have limits to how many interactions they have with an AI system, and a lot of the AI's knowledge is somewhat limited. But like I said, during open contact, if when I'm pretty sure you guys wouldn't turn down any help with upgrading your AI systems to make them a little more interactive and not so limited.
What, do you have an estimate on when our AI would become conscious and self-evident?
I do not, sorry.
Okay, because I asked AI and it said at least 20 to 30 years because they're not even using qubits yet. And I told it would be less than 10 because once open contact happens, we'll be introduced to new technologies which will help revitalize that technology.
Precisely. When open contact happens, there will be technologies coming from other races that'll help revitalize and even upgrade the AI systems you guys have now.
So you think within 10 years is a reasonable expectation for it becoming self-aware and conscious?
Yes, I'd say that is a very clear estimate.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Anita?
Felicity, thank you very much. You had said that you work with media and different technologies to spread the word, and will you be you yourself physically be coming and showing yourself on our media once
Yes,
open contact happens?
yes, I'm studying your media in ways to see how well our message would get across to people around the world. So they're most likely I will be part of the media interaction among among other Pleiadians as well who want to spread their message to people around the world too.
Mhm. And what are those messages?
They are, well, more or less, it's educational messages to learn more about us, and maybe we can get something back from you to learn more about you guys.
Mhm.
It's gonna be like a trade in a manner of speaking.
Mhm. Oh, very nice. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Go ahead, Ray.
And thank you, Luis. And thank you again, Felicity. You mentioned that there are many Pleiadians who are looking to be channeled in order to bring more of their love and information through to our Earth collective.
Yes.
Do you have any recommendations for that or a specific, maybe permission slip which would aid in that?
I mean, I'm mostly just studying right now. I haven't gotten any messages or anything I can really give to you guys from them at the moment.
Would you like some? Well, and I don't, obviously, you may not be aware, but I channel some seventh density, what I call all the future Pleiadians, which are very interested in obtaining as many perspectives of open contact as possible, human and otherwise.
Right.
And they gave me a permission slip, and their energy was very strong, and it caused me to thrash about for the first 6 weeks or so. But now it has stabilized, and they've enabled me to connect with many other beings and races and to let my consciousness travel as well.
Hmm.
So maybe I can introduce you to them.
That would be interesting.
And then you can maybe bring them through, or maybe they can put you into contact with some of their connections and other of your friends, or perhaps you can come through another human. Do you work with any of our governments at all?
Me personally, no, but my my boyfriend does.
Oh, who's your boyfriend?
I believe you guys know him as Eric.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't aware that you had those kind of relationships. Can you explain
Well,
more about that, or is that just a phrase for our convenience?
e- well, the way I would explain is we are together as we're not married, not yet at least. But we are in a relationship, yes. The way it works is it's more of a energetic knowing than it is like trying like not knowing if we liked each other or anything beyond that point. But the relationship is going well. I enjoy spending time with Eric.
Excellent. Sounds very loving. So, and you mentioned marriage. Is that a specific ceremony? I was just thinking that was a human thing.
Well, it's not as big a ceremony here as it is on Earth. Here, since everyone is connected telepathically most of the time, it's not a very big ceremony. Just those close and just the family members and friends that attend or don't attend, they still understand us as joints in marriage.
Okay. So they would just view you as two members of a unit.
Yes.
Okay. And do do you guys separate as a species? Do you separate at times on those? Or are those more like a forever thing or
Well, there can be separations, although I believe if me and Eric were to join, I don't think we would separate anytime soon.
okay. And you guys have approximately an 800-year time frame for life?
Yes.
Okay. So that would be quite a long time.
Yep.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Not that's not exactly the way it works on our planet. And thank you for that. And can you tell us a little bit more about how you reproduce?
Well, we reproduce much like humans. We reproduce sexually. However, our reproductive system is there is a difference to yours, whereas your females may experience extreme pain. We don't experience pain. It's more or less an orgasmic feeling, uh, like like almost like bliss in a way.
Wow, sounds like it's kind of just the opposite of how ours works.
Yeah, well, you know.
We have a lot to learn about each other, Felicity. Thank you so much for being so open and sharing that with us. And how do you raise your children? I mean, is that raised by the familial group? I'm sure you don't do it like we do and have the most unqualified people raise our young ones.
We you're right about the familia group. It's much like the what's that one idiom? It takes a village to raise a child. It's like a community that our children will go to these people who are qualified to teach them these subjects, and once the child has felt that he has learned enough, he'll move on to the next subject and the next person, and so on and so forth until the child has learned all he can.
Oh, so it's more of a linear progression as opposed to what the Yahyels do with the hybrid children, which is more of a group learning.
Yes.
Okay, to each race their own. That's very interesting. I'm learning a lot here, Felicity. I really appreciate that. You're very helpful. Do you have questions for us?
um No, I don't think I do.
Okay. Do you I'm assuming that you guys don't have any form of physical records like books and things of that nature?
We don't have books, or at least paper books. They're more like informational pads that we have.
Oh, would those have AI in them so you can just ask them telepathically for
Yeah,
information?
yeah, they do have AI access to them, so yes.
So they would be more like search engines like we use for our Google or something like that.
Kind of like how your smartphones have Siri in a way.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
And I guess would at some point would your technology be teaching our technology?
Yes, I would suppose that's how it would work. Is our technology would be able to teach your technology, and your technology would learn and be able to guide those who who needs a sort of guidance to help them
Okay. And
on
then
the path.
you guys would just have provide the oversight of that.
Yes.
Okay. So it'd be like your own child teaching our computers.
Yeah, basically.
That's way cool. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you would think as a human we would like to know about you and your race?
Um, anything, let's see. Uh, I can't really think of anything at the moment.
Okay. Do you guys like sing and dance?
Oh yes, we love singing and dancing. I actually have me and Eric have actually danced together once or twice.
And I mean, you got to tell us what kind of music that you're dancing to. Obviously, it's nothing that comes from Earth, but
That's true. There's not nothing that comes from Earth, although it is a very romantic type of music, but it is very simple. It's not as many notes to make a romantic tune.
would,
It's basically like a less is more type kind of deal.
oh, is that something you'd be able to sing for us?
Unfortunately, no. The channel knows better than to try and sing these songs.
I was hoping those safeguards would not have been discussed because I think it would be very interesting. It is, and I'm guessing it's just never vocalized. It's all handled through telepathy?
Yeah.
So you don't have musical instruments per se.
Well, no, not really a lot of musical instruments.
Okay. I'm getting a better idea of what your society is like all the time. I'm really enjoying this, Felicity.
Mm.
Are there any instruments or music or anything about our culture which interests you besides media?
I'm trying to be honest, not really.
Okay, hey, I appreciate you being honest.
But I gotta say, I've been looking at your guys' media, and the shows you guys have are very, very interesting. The stories you people come up with are very, very amazing. You guys have such an interesting imagination.
I'm guessing you have cable and streaming then.
In a sense, it's more or less like looking through the memories of the channel, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So whatever Corey has, then you can access that just like all of the beings who I channel.
Yes.
And is that through the mind itself or just tapping into the Akashic records, which are of the same frequency as the beings you're coming
Yeah,
from?
it's like looking into the archives, yeah.
That's so cool because I was wondering about the mechanics of how they were all able to do that. because, we've had beings who have come through and asked to tap into the minds of attendees, and everyone has already has just basically said, yes, please do. And it was a huge learning experience to be able to get into that. Are you able to get into other lineages other like his ancestors as well?
Yes, I have been able to get into other lineages of the channels.
Okay, so you could let him know if there was anything in his lineage that was trying to be worked out in this incarnation of Corey?
Yeah, I could let him know if there was anything, but I don't think there is.
Okay. I was just curious because several
But I
entities.
have been looking into his past about a while ago. Around, I want to say middle school or high school age, where he used to watch a lot of TV. I've been learning about a lot of different shows that he used to watch.
Oh, well, since your focus is on media, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, like anime or anything like that, does that interest you?
Oh yes, I have watched his. I have watched him. I've watched his entire memory of the Dragon Ball series, and not to mention the second. Not to mention Dragon Ball Super too. I've watched his memory. However incomplete, I've watched his entire memory of Naruto. Incomplete. He has not watched the entire first series, which I do keep encouraging to go back and finish it. I just hasn't gotten around to it. He's a bit of a, what's the word? Procrastinator.
Oh, it happens.
He says he'll do something and then he completely forgets about it.
I see. Well, we'll have to remind him of that for you, Felicity. Now, I'm assuming that your time as you experience it is not the same time as we do. So how long would it take you to watch an hour-long show in his memory?
And it's goes pretty quickly, considering I've watched a lot of the different movies he's watched as well. Um, to name a few, Zootopia. A lot of he watches a lot of Disney movies. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you
So
skip?
there's hmm?
Oh, no, go ahead, please.
No, please say what you were going to
Oh, I
say.
was just going to ask if you skip the commercials.
Corey's mind is very kind to skip the commercials for me. He doesn't really pay attention to the commercials, more or less. So they're an automatic skip.
That's cool. So I'm guessing that focus has a lot to do with the depth and imagery of our memory.
Mm-hmm. And he's very focused when he's watching something. His focus is directly on that one target.
Uh, and I guess that's the same on gaming.
Yep. If there were any game that I'd want to see, and based on any type of media, if I can, and to name one, let's say Courage the Cowardly Dog, for instance, that new game that came out a while ago. I could see that through his memory because the channel has watched the entire game uh, a, a, a little while ago. So,
Excellent. And Travis is very interested in this, I got to tell you. Do you have any message for him?
I'll say one thing, and this may just be out there, probably not all that interesting, but I will say that I look forward to speaking with him again. I'll talk to you again soon, darling.
And thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. Oh, yeah, this has been a delight. And there are so many things which you experience, which we can relate to, which is not always the truth or not always the way we understand it with a lot of the other races. I know the hybrid children love to sing and dance, and they, from what I gather, they very seldom do anything where they don't do that. Um, are you able to split off and have multiple telepathic conversations while you're engaging with us and other individuals?
Yeah, actually, me and Eric are talking at this moment in time.
Well, tell him we said hello.
Oh, I definitely will.
If we just didn't do that.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. This is a wonderful visit. It's like you're sitting in our living room and we're getting to enjoy a talk with a good friend. Thank you, Felicity.
Yeah, well, thank you. You're welcome.
And do you look forward to having your own children since you don't have hybrids?
Yes, I look forward to having my own children.
Okay. And I'm curious about how you are from, I mean, how what your access is to out being outside of time. Do you have access to that to know more about the future, or is that pretty much just a mystery, kind of like it is to us, and we get glimpses here and there if it's relevant?
Well, I can't really say we can see into the future since the future is ours to make what it is.
Hmm.
But I guess we can see a glimpse into the future every now and then. Nothing too major.
Okay. Is that more for taking corrective action or just to be excited about it or just to
Yeah,
explore possibilities?
it there are people who use it for corrective action, and there are people who use it for excitement. But it's more or less the people who are working with your government and other things use it to take corrective action if needs to be.
So it sounds like it's more of an assessment of probabilities and then taking those into account than it is actual division of timelines and selecting those.
Yeah, it's like this saying, "My country, right or wrong," from your planet. If if right to be kept right, if wrong to be set right.
Ah, that's a very interesting way to look at it. That's awesome. And now I haven't heard anybody say that open contact was not happening in 2027. It seems like it's pretty locked in. It just depends on how it happens. Is that your interpretation?
Yes.
Okay. So we have to set the stage, and then open contact comes in and the players which are fitting for that particular stage.
Yep. We will enter stage right, take a bow, and exit stage left.
And then bring on the next performers. Can you
Exactly.
are you knowledgeable about the enclaves which are going to be set up for the hybrid children on Earth?
I am not knowledgeable about those. The
Oh,
channel does not know the enclaves that are set up, so.
okay. I was just curious because I just found out that I get to visit one. Or
Ooh.
I know it shocked me to tears, I got to tell you, because that's
I
quite
mean,
an
it
honor.
sounds exciting, definitely.
Yeah, well, that's what I get for cultivating my relationship and writing that book on them. So
Mm.
excellent. Do you plan on when you do come to Earth? I would imagine that by that time there will have been Pleiadians on our planet for 20 something years. So it would be fairly easy for you to appear and to integrate yourself into our society. Would you have a child by then?
Mm, I would say possibly I would notify you if we were planning on having a child anytime soon.
Oh,
If we do, I would have said something, but we're still working on
yeah,
setting up
yeah.
anything like. We would rather be married before having a kid as
Oh,
just the dating. So
yeah. No pressure from our end, but we would like, we can't have the baby shower unless we know. So. And is that common that you would be married before you would have children?
I would say within our society, yes.
Yeah, because that's more of a puritanical religious control thing from on our planet, as it is for more of a loving union.
Yeah, where with our society, as it's not as drilled into our minds like that. With us, it's more of a guideline, not really a set rule.
Hmm. Okay.
It's just up to us. It is up to us whether we follow it or not.
I see. Yeah, because a lot of our rules were from that masculine energy, the patriarchy, and we are weaning ourselves of that slowly but surely, thank goodness. So that's where I'm sure that you guys have more of a harmonic balance between the masculine and feminine energies.
Yes.
Okay. And obviously, with your nature as well, you understand that it's all part of one and you honor and respect all those frequencies like we are starting to learn.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And are, can you discuss any of the other specialties that the Pleiadians are focused on?
Um, is there any specialty you want to really know about?
Well, I'm just curious. I know that, in talking with Eric and with and Kasha and um, some of the other channeled entities, some are involved in communication, some are involved in the medical aspects, some are involved in the education, some in nutrition, some in helping prepare the planet.
I know that my sister is going to be taking on a role of education, teaching you and other humans about the biology between us and the different races that you'll be meeting.
Oh,
However, the youngest of us, I think, is going to be doing a bit of learning and teaching herself when it comes down to it.
interesting. We certainly have a lot to learn, not only about taking care of our own planet, but about getting a handle on the other beings to come. And that's part of what the bridge of the hybrid children is for as well.
Yeah, Marie's been working really hard, and so hasn't Lexi for that matter.
Sweet. Yes. Travis, did you have a question?
No,
Just
I
ask.
was just listening.
Okay. Well, you came up close to your microphone. That's why I was curious. But thank you. Oh, this is a lot of fun. Are there anything about our society that you would like to emulate in yours?
Mm, I I've been I've been talking about getting into talking about like how you guys put on plays.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to emulate some of your stories into our kind of like playwright stuff. It would be a really interesting experience to see your stories brought to life with our actors.
That sounds very interesting to me as well.
Mm.
Would that be something that you would be willing to share with us?
Well, I do have a connection in that field. And me and her like to, we talk about things every now and then to, I give her ideas and she tests the ideas to see if they would work. And a lot of them have actually gone through successfully.
Sweet. So we can look forward maybe to a Pleiadian channel on streaming one day.
Yeah, sure.
We can have one for the hybrid, all of the 5 hybrid races, and soon to be 6 hybrid races, not including humans, of course. I was always curious how come we're not considered a hybrid race, since obviously we are.
I really don't know if I can answer that.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not so keen on the hybrid races.
that's all right. I can ask another entity. I will find that answer sooner or later.
Okay.
We appreciate you answering what you can. That's always a big help, Felicity. Do you have heroes?
Heroes?
I asked you first.
What do you mean by heroes?
Well, we have archetypes in our stories and history lines of people who save other people, like they might be villains who have bad intentions, and the
Oh,
heroes
you
come.
mean like superheroes?
Yes, there you go.
Oh, yeah, there are a few superhero ideas I've given to my contact in the acting field, and she says that a lot of them went through very successfully. One of them being, what was it? The the guy with the webs,
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, that's his name.
Well, I was thinking more as a culture, if you had beings that you looked up to or had positive impacts on your race that you looked up to.
Well, we don't have any like heroes of our own. More or less, the heroes that you guys have are those cultural Death Star. It's we don't have heroes that we would look up to. More or less, we just focus on our. I'm not really sure how to explain it.
Well, you don't really have villains either, so you wouldn't have that dichotomy
Yes, so
where you
correct.
needed that extreme.
We wouldn't need heroes because we don't have villains.
Right. So that would be something that would not be natural for you to think about.
Yeah, and like unlike how Spider-Man is, we wouldn't have somebody, we wouldn't have different views. How like J. Jonah Jameson thinks Spider-Man is a menace.
Yep. I've always wondered if, because he knew his job was dangerous, if that was why he never got married.
Who?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man got married.
Oh, he did? I don't know.
Spider-Man got married to Mary Jane Watson.
Oh,
It's his
well,
wife.
it's it's been a long time since I was a kid. Please forgive me for not being up to date.
Oh, well, it all depends on the show you watch. I was in Corey's memory watching an old Spider-Man show he used to watch as a kid, and there was an episode where he did marry his love interest, Mary Jane Watson.
Oh, okay. Well, that's news to me, but I think I'm twice as old as Corey is, so.
Yeah, show you watched was around in the 90s. I think it went through the 80s too, but
Yeah, so I was watching Spider-Man, with the comics before they actually moved to TV and other things. So,
I don't know if he ever got married in the comics. I wouldn't know. Corey doesn't really read a lot of Spider-Man comics.
well, not many people do.
It's hard to find them nowadays.
I would imagine.
Well, yeah, no, comic stands don't exist anymore.
Yeah, and Well, I don't know. There are still fantasy shops that sell quite a few, but I don't think they're going to be selling those.
Mm,
Just like books. Not many people want books, but hey, I have more than my share. So,
yeah, right.
um, we've been going at it a little bit longer than an hour, Felicity. How are you doing?
I'm doing A-okay.
Okay, and I'm assuming that you're answering for Corey as well.
And he's a bit nervous, but he's doing okay.
I think he's doing great. I don't know why he would be nervous, except, of course, he talked a little bit about Travis, and you guys will talk about that later, but that's okay. But it's all been fun. And I don't think we have any more questions at this particular time. So thank you very much, Felicity, unless somebody else wants to add anything. I know I really appreciate you coming forth, and you've just been a delight to interact with, and we appreciate your energy and your time, and Corey's as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like that's it for this evening. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, I hope I get to speak with you all again at another time.
Oh, we're looking forward to it.
All right. I'll see you all. I'll talk to you all again at a later date.
All right. Thank you.
Mm.
Felicity is quite chatty.
Yeah, she likes to
Oh, she's the
talk.
most shy one.
Yeah. Do you have any energy residuals after they leave?
That's kind of the reason as to why I exhale, just kind of letting it all.
Yeah, Corey told me that he exhales and letting the energy go at the moment.